Mwah.
Mwah. Taylor Dayne is your stage name. Does anybody ever call you by your other name?
I've been legally Taylor Dayne for 24 years.
Really? Did you know that would be your name when you were a kid? You're like, you know what? I'm going to change my name.
Honey,
Taylor Dayne.
You're so funny. Taylor happened in a recording session with D. Snyder one night after the studio. Well, he was like, you got to have like a guy's name, a nickname, D. And he goes, what about Frankie? What about Tommy? The session guy goes, well, I have a girlfriend named Tommy, but really, my girlfriend's name is Taylor. I tell her I'm going out with Tommy, and she thinks something. We're like, whoa, Taylor? And then later that night, we went out drinking next door, and the guy who owned the studio, Richie Canada, famous sax player for Billy Joel, Richie's like, oh, you know what? My wife's having a baby. Let me bring a baby book, and we'll just find your last name. And that's what we did. Taylor Dayne. My brother lived downstairs, so he was doing boy business and comes up with a penthouse and goes, you can't be Taylor Dayne. Here's Taylor Dayne in a magazine. We were like, what? It was Dane.
And who was this person?
A porn star. Don't you know? But Arista Records starts calling up in like 2 days. I go, shit, what are the odds? It's Taylor Dayne. There's a porn star named Taylor Dayne. Of course, he was jerking off downstairs, and that's how he discovered it. And so, hell yeah. I go, shove a Y in there, Taylor Dayne. And then the porn star became Taylor Wayne. Yeah, I mean, there was her thunder.
So now on Twitter, I read that Levi hit a home run. No.
What is that?
Touchdown.
A touchdown. It's football season, my friend. Yeah, he's a little badass out there. Levi's.
How old is he now?
They're 11. The twins are 11.
Yeah. They followed directions and they were really good. Now, have they always been that way? Is that your experience with them?
They're my kids. Well, my experience is I have to tap them on the head or pull them like a Chrissy doll. Hello? Hello, look at me.
They're twins. It's a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
And it's Levi and what's her name?
Astaria.
Astaria, right. Now, as twins, are their personalities different?
Yeah, Levi's actually softer, but he's completely erratic. And she's constantly, I don't know if she's a thinker. Like, Mama, do you think? And I'm like, it's 7:45, or I'm on my way to school. I go, I don't think. It's 7:45 in the morning. There's no thinking. And him, I'm like, you fail in one subject in school, and that is called staying still. Self-control. He fails. He gets F's in self-control.
You had a surrogate for these kids.
Yes, I did. Very kind of ahead of the game. I moved here in like 98, 99. I was bi-coastal for a long time. I'm in New York, Long Island girl,
Sure.
which wasn't legal here in New York at the time to have a surrogate.
I didn't know that.
Now it's almost like people are just popping
Sure.
about. You don't know who's giving birth or what. I found that it was legal here, and somebody had suggested it to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, what does the baby look like?" They're like, "It's rent a womb. That's it. It's
Right.
your egg." And I was just like, "I can't miss this. This is a window. Women have a window, and it's not the simplest decision to do it on your own. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I didn't, because looking at my ringless fingers and everything else, it's just not worked out that way."
And where'd you get the sperm?
Well, the sperm came all the way from England.
Is he a part of their lives at all?
Oh yeah, he'll visit. He has his own family, and he'll visit, and you'll see them, and they'll Skype. And
But I don't know if I'd ever be a parent. You know, I like kids. I never felt like I needed to have them or anything. You know, I like lions and bears. I don't want one around the house, you know.
I'm a little crazy. You know, I loved wolves, and I ended up getting a wolf. What are you going to do? Hell yeah, I had one. Oh, I had him for 9 years. His name was T-Con. Until he was lifting up Levi and like taking him outside to marinate him and bury him. I had to let him go.
Yeah. Now, having a voice like that, it's almost like having a different entity, like your own twin. How do you reconcile you as a woman, a person, with this other voice that has a life of its own that people worship, like myself, that has its own zip code?
I've never separated it. The thing that I have done is I've always felt inside that this was this. This voice is this part of me. I've learned how to maintain this voice. I mean, not so many people have. Right. I know what it takes to maintain it and care for it, and yet still I'm in that sense of, I always feel like I have to get dirty and get out there. The voice is it's a gift, but at the same time, maintaining and treasuring and honoring it and working hard to maintain it is another whole bag of chips, you know?
You know, your voice is so soulful. I know that you have a background in rock, doing a sort of a rock angle to your voice. How do you choose a song?
I grew up in Long Island. It started in New York. WABC radio in the 70s was this most eclectic format. It wasn't urban, it wasn't hip hop. Karen Carpenter was played on the same station as Al Green and Stevie Wonder. First song I ever heard, everybody knows this. I turned on a transistor radio my dad gave me, and it was My Sharia Moore, and I was like, my ears. So my ears started training. When it was rock, it was Aerosmith. It was Paul Rodgers from Bad Company, Freddie Mercury, Steven Tyler, and they were all rhythm and blues influenced artists. Every time I tried to imitate, those were the voices I chose. So all I probably did, but a lot of it was in my head, and I just go off in my space, but imitating.
You look fantastic. Let's have dinner. I love you, baby.
I love you.
I love you.
What a blast.
Yeah, here, yeah, this
you
is
do this. Do mama's.
Here it is.
Lord of mercy, child. All right, love in my leather.
All right, baby.
And don't forget to subscribe to WOW Presents.